running of lockers, the bustle of students and teachers in the hall. For many, this is a familiar scene, but a shortage within the education system is affecting the learning process. Substitute teachers are essential to keep schools running, but lately there's been a nationwide substitute shortage. I talked to Mr. Rumford, Scott City Schools District Superintendent, to find out how the substitute shortage is affecting Scott City Schools.
This is my 9th year here, and I feel like we've had somewhat of an issue all 9 years. It's been more extreme the last 3. The biggest concern I have is the continuation of instruction, the continuation of the academic process for students. And so we want to try to keep it to maintain as best we can.
Mr. Rumford explained what the current status of the need for subs is and how the district is attempting to fix the problem.
Our status is still, we have a high need for substitute teachers. Really, we have a high need for substitute positions all over the district. So paraprofessionals, maybe sometimes even office or a nurse, even substitute bus drivers are necessary. Okay, really we've focused on 2 areas. First is increasing salary. And that comes with a little bit of a concern when the number of substitutes necessary increases as well too. So we've got a limited budget that we can use for substitute teaching. So if we increase the pay per day, and we also increase the total number of days necessary, then our budget runs out a lot sooner. And so that's a little bit of a concern, but we have increased a little bit, and we'll continue to try to do that as best we can. The other thing we've done is just really reached out and asked people, kind of a pled to our patrons in town to see if they would help. So we've reached out to local businesses to see if there's any consideration for giving paid time off to their employees to help us substitute. And I know a few people have been able to do that, or they have a day off and they said, I'll commit my 1 day off to being available to substitute. So that's been helpful as well.
I asked substitutes how the sub shortage is affecting them as well.
I am at school more since we are lacking in subs in the high school. I don't do the elementary school, and there's some at the elementary that won't come to the high school. So when you have an event, if you have basketball, wrestling, and cheerleaders all gone, you have coaches and you have parents of kids who are participating. So that's when you have the big influx of teachers gone, and the ones in the elementary school, they aren't going to come over here. And if the same thing happens at the elementary school, well, I'm not going to go over there. So that's what leads to shortage of subs.
I'm busier than what I thought I wanted to be. I retired after teaching 40 years and thought I'd work 2 or 3 days a week, and I'm working 4 and 5 days a week to help the school out because they are so short on help.
The substitute shortage is affecting all aspects of education. To learn more, I talked to Luisa Esparza, the middle school secretary.
It really puts a bind on us here. Sometimes we're scavenging for subs in the morning, and we have to have the principals cover. We have to pull teacher staff in order to cover rooms, and we take away from para time to have to cover rooms, especially on Mondays and Fridays. That's when it really, really affects our days because there's hardly any subs available for those Mondays and Fridays. The rest of the week, it seems to be okay, but Mondays and Fridays is really where we see the hit on the shortage. If anybody's really encouraged to go and apply, it's really fun, and I'll make sure that you guys are treated well if you guys would like to come and apply and be part of the middle school, elementary school, high school. I know would appreciate it too.
To all the substitute teachers, thank you for all that you do. For BBN, I'm Annie Talbert.